today's video is a baking how-to video because I haven't done one of these before and I quite enjoy my baking time in the kitchen. I'm not going to put the exact measurements of everything, I'll tell you what stuff is, but I will leave the exact measurements in the description. So if you want to follow the recipe, then you can look at it in the description. Okay, so the first step is to have the eggs and sugar in a bowl. That is my sugar. And then 4 eggs, obviously. It's not a shell, it's one of those like little brackets that come out from the inside of the egg. So, whoops. Also, hot tip for free, the only way to get eggshell out of something is to use an eggshell to get the eggshell out. Alright, so now you've got your sugar and eggs in a bowl, and now you need to whisk them. So you just whisk the eggs and the sugar to combine them, and then you put them over the stove in a small pan that's got a little bit of water in it. Like that. Great. Okay, you just want to have this on a low heat because if it's too hot then it will cook the eggs. You'll end up with sugary scrambled eggs. Okay, and then you just want to keep whisking this until the mixture is light and has doubled in its size. You need to take the flour, it needs to be sifted. Now that your sponge batter is mixed, you need a 20 centimeter pan. And you need to spray it with spray and cook, but remember to use the baking one and not the cooking one because this is made with olive oil and you don't want that in your cake. Now you need to fill it to 2/3 of the way, so it's about there. Okay, now there is a bit extra, so what I've done is I've just put some cupcake liners into a cupcake pan and I will fill them with the mixture. It's about 2.5 tablespoons of mixture in each one. Sponges in the oven, then you just heat a bit of the water and the sugar over the stove, and then you add in the strawberry. This is like a dessert topping, like the stuff that you put on top of ice cream, but not like the very like sugary artificial one. This is one that's got actual strawberry in it. You just need to leave it on a medium heat and stir it from time to time, and then it becomes like a syrup. What the sauce should look like when you are finished with it on the stove. I've just taken it out of the pot and put it into a glass dish because I'm going to need the pot for something else just now. Alright, so I've taken the sponge out of the oven. You just want to let it cool down a bit in the pan before you actually turn it out. But when you do turn it out, then turn it out onto a cooling rack. My cupcakes are now out of the oven. I'm just making little holes in the top of them. They're still quite warm now. The syrup, just so that it soaks into the sponge. Okay, once the sponge is completely cool, then you use a long serrated knife to just cut it directly in the middle into 2 bits, like this. Break this chocolate up into the squares and then put all of it into this bowl. And then I've also got a slab of dark chocolate which I'm going to leave out in the sun to melt a bit. because it's used for the decoration on the top. Put the milk into it. Oh, I missed. Yolks. And this is 75 grams of sugar, so you need 50 in here. So that's about there. Ish. Yeah. And the rest of the sugar you put into the milk. So you want to heat the milk and the sugar up and keep stirring it as you're heating it, or else it forms like a foam on the top. So just keep stirring it as you're heating it, and you want it to start to bubble and boil. Got your egg yolks and your sugar in your bowl, and you just need to whisk them to combine them. Once the egg and the sugar is combined, you just want to add the corn flour to the mix. And then you continue to beat the mix until it is quite light and fluffy. This is what you want the milk mixture to look like. And if there are bits on the side, it will burn because it's got sugar in it. But don't worry about that. It smells quite nice. It should smell like condensed milk. Okay, take it off of the heat. And then you add the egg, sugar and corn flour mix to that mixture. You do want this milk mixture to cool down a little bit before you add the egg mixture, because if it's too hot then the egg will start to cook. That's not what you want. Your egg mixture should be pale yellow and quite thick and creamy, almost like butter. So just beat it to combine the two mixtures, and then you put it back onto the heat and you will continue to whisk it. This hot mix from the pan, and you pour it into your large bowl where your chopped chocolate is. Okay, you just roughly mix it together and then leave the chocolate to melt in there. Okay, so once this mixture is cooled down, then you just need to beat it a bit until it looks like this. And it's quite a thick ganache consistency. And then you add in the butter, which you need to beat a bit beforehand so it's creamy. You just beat that on quite a high speed until it is all mixed, and then you put it into the fridge to cool. Okay, now it is time to assemble the cake using a 22 centimeter tin. It's one of these ones where the bottom drops out. And this needs to be a 22 centimeter tin. Okay, so what you're going to do is just line the edge with strawberries. I've cut the tops off of them and then cut them into halves. And you want to do them with this bit against the edge of the pan. The sponge in, I'm going to use, this is the top of the sponge, so I'm going to use the top as the bottom of the cake. So you just press it down. Okay, and then you use the sauce that you made earlier and you just layer it over the sponge. Okay. Okay, then you get the mousse from the fridge and you just spread a layer of it on. The layer needs to be just halfway up what's sticking out of the strawberries. Okay. Add on the chocolate, then you just need to pack a layer of strawberries. Just pack them flat down like this. Once the strawberries are layered on top, then you just put another layer of the chocolate cream over the strawberries. Now you've got a strawberry ring at the bottom, then a layer of sponge, then a layer of chocolate, then a layer of strawberries, then a layer of chocolate. Now you put the next sponge on top. This was the bottom of the sponge, so it's quite flat, so I'm going to use that side face. Layer you want to get as flat as possible. Hello, Marek. Are you coming to help? Okay, and then the top layer is supposed to be like a smooth fondant icing, but I personally don't like that kind of icing, so I've just used the same strawberry dessert topping that I used in the sauce, just over the top as like a final layer. Okay, and then you can decorate the cake any way you like. I'm just using fresh strawberries that have been cut into quarters. I've left the green bits on just for a little bit of colour variation. Just melted some dark chocolate in this bowl, and then I put it into a Ziploc bag, and I've made a small little piping bag out of a Ziploc bag. So I'm just going to pipe some decorative bits onto my strawberries. This is for a birthday. I'm just going to write happy birthday on the top in chocolate. When you are finished decorating your cake, you need to remember to put it safely into the fridge. Don't forget to decorate the cupcakes that you had as well.